All right, today on our episode of Better Programming for PE Through Better Knowledge, we're talking muscle anatomy. And why muscle anatomy? So that we can understand muscle action. When we know exactly what our muscles are capable of, meaning what movements do our muscles perform? Muscles technically only lengthen and shorten, but that action creates a joint movement. Understanding what those joint movements are will help us to create better workouts and, more specifically, teach our students how to create more efficient but more realistic to their goal workouts. Therefore, better programming. Better programming leads to better results. Better results leads to improvement, right? So they're going to be more confident in the gym. They're going to have a better understanding of what they're trying to accomplish. Remember, we only get them for a few semesters, maybe a couple years, but the rest of their lives, the knowledge that you instill, the knowledge that you give to them is going to go with them for the rest of their lives. So let's do it the best we can. We do that through better understanding for ourselves. That's why we offer the Fitness Trainers Personal Trainer Exam course. If you're interested, you can learn everything there is to pass your personal trainer exam. We have that course online. Doesn't mean you have to get certified, but you will have a deeper, fuller understanding of physical fitness. Some of us just went to college, got our degree in physical education / kinesiology, and became teachers. We don't learn enough of the actual exercise prescription in college, but we can get better. That's why we offer that course to you. Anyway, in that endeavor, here we go. Today we're talking biceps femoris, one of the 3 hamstring muscles, okay? Collectively, they're all called the hamstrings. We have the outside one, the lateral muscle, which is the biceps femoris. Biceps meaning 2, so the 2-headed muscle on the femur, right? Not to be misconstrued for the, I don't know if that's the right word, for the biceps brachii, meaning the 2-headed muscle on the arm, brachii meaning arm. So biceps 2, triceps 3. So you have the triceps brachii, the 3-headed muscle on the arm, right? Biceps brachii, 2-headed muscle on the arm. All right. Biceps femoris, 2-headed muscle on the femur. Remember, your thigh bone is your femur. All right. So we also have the semimembranosus and the semitendinosus, the other 2 hamstrings on the, working our way towards the middle of your leg. Okay, so the biceps femoris is what we're talking about today. All right, and we'll get into the specific reason why we're talking about that one in a second. All right, so the biceps femoris, the semimembranosus, and the semitendinosus all do hip extension and knee flexion. It's important to understand. All right. So hip extension is the dominant movement. If you think about everything that you do in your life, that is hip extension. All of your standing up tall, getting out of a chair, all of those are hip extensions. Getting off the toilet, getting out of bed, getting out of your car. Those are all hip extensions. So your squats, your deadlifts, your leg presses, your lunges are all hip extension. I say this in the course. Every significant lower body movement that we do is a compound exercise, meaning 2 or more joints involving hip extension and knee extension. Okay? So let's think about it. Squats, hip extension, knee extension. Deadlift, or compound as well. Deadlifts, compound, hip extension, knee extension. Lunges, compound, hip extension, knee extension. Jumping, compound, hip extension, knee extension. Cleans, compound, hip extension, knee extension. Snatches, compound, hip extension, knee extension. Right? Leg press, compound, hip extension, knee extension. So getting the sense how important it is to understand your hamstrings in the major sense of what they do are hip extensors. Now, try to think about knee flexion in your daily life. Knee flexion meaning bending your knee, shortening it up. Real quick, I'll show you what knee flexion is just so that we're on the same page. If I'm here and I bend it, Remember, flexion, the act of decreasing the joint angle. So if our joint angle is at, say, 90 and we decrease it to 45, that's flexion, right? So knee flexion. We really only do knee flexion while we're swimming or sprinting, where we actively try and get that foot off the ground while we're sprinting. So yes, it's important to train, but no, leg curls are not necessarily a functional everyday life activity. They're important for your hamstrings to be strong, but hip extension is the primary driving force of what your hamstrings are there for. All right? So it's important to understand that. Now, secondarily, the biceps femoris versus the semimembranosus, semitendinosus, which I collectively call the semis. The semis do internal rotation. They turn your foot in. The biceps femoris turns your foot out towards the side, external rotation. So let me show you real quick. So it will rotate your foot outward. So from behind, the biceps will rotate your foot or turn your foot out. Important to understand when we're doing other exercises like the leg raise. If we're doing a straight leg raise, which will work the hamstrings and the booty, we want to focus on keeping that foot straight ahead so that when we do it, we're getting a collective action of the semis and the biceps femoris. We don't want the biceps femoris to become dominant and create a muscle imbalance by allowing for external rotation. See how I'm turning my foot out? We don't want that to happen because the externally rotating of that is going to create a greater muscle contraction in that muscle. That's going to potentially lead to imbalance, and we don't want that. We want to focus on keeping it straight so that these guys are all getting equal muscle contraction. Very important to understand that. Okay? So, programming for muscle action is creating workouts that are sound, will prevent muscle imbalances, and will help you to understand what you're trying to focus on. When you then teach your students this, they're going to have a deeper understanding of why they're doing things and what the purpose is. When students understand the purpose and the whys, the why as in WHY, they're more likely to be on board. We don't just tell them, do this because we say so. Our job as educators is to get them excited about learning, and we do that by best explaining so that they have the confidence in themselves, and then we step back and we allow them to learn, practice, and master. Okay, so we have them creating workouts. It's not just, here, go do this, because they really don't learn anything. Okay, we have a tendency to just say, here, go do this. We want them understanding so that they have this skill for the rest of their life. Physical education and PE class is about teaching skills that they will have for the rest of their lives, right? Nothing is more important. No other subject is used every day as an adult like their human body is. Their machine, that is their body. That's physical education. The physical literacy skills they learn in PE are the most important thing that we can help them have a healthy, fit life. On their fitness journey, we are the most important person because we implement that foundation that gives them that ability. All right, so biceps femoris, hip extension, knee flexion, and external rotation. We have to allow for prevention of muscle imbalances, and we do that through understanding what the actions are so that they will not overdevelop one, not underdevelop others, but maintain that balance. For the same reason you wouldn't do all bench press and never get any rows, you must prevent muscle imbalances. We do that through a better understanding of our muscle actions through our joint movements, which are created by our muscles lengthening and shortening. All right? Hope this helps. If you have any questions, please comment. We're always here to help. If you want to look deeper into our course, it's at education.strongertogetheracademy.com. I will put it in the comments below so that you guys can check it out. It will be starting very soon in mid-February. It'll be a 20-hour course that will help you understand better fitness programming so that you can help your students, because you will personally have a better understanding of fitness, okay, and exercise prescription. And if you so choose to add a second income, a little side hustle, a little bit extra money, you can get certified as a personal trainer as well. All right, that's all we have. You guys go out, be awesome, be amazing, and help as many people as you can on their fitness journey. Thank you.